Hello and welcome to Ipswich's Real Estate Podcast, formerly On the Couch with Steve. This is a podcast where we obviously guide you through the often complex world of buying and selling real estate here in Ipswich and the surrounding areas. I'm Steve Athanates. I'm the owner of NG Real Estate. I'm joined today by our great friend Matthew Taylor-Farrington from Purple Bunny Marketing.
Thanks for having me, Steve.
Always a pleasure, mate. Never a chore.
I'm sure.
How's things?
Yes, good. Busy.
Very busy.
And I hear you guys are busy too.
Yeah, well, that's what we're here to talk about. We're going to have a
Yes.
chat about what happened in the Ipswich real estate market in April 2025.
Yes.
Obviously, that milestone's just finished, and here we are at the start of May. But we're going to talk about what happened in April.
Yes. So tell us, how did you go? How many did we list and how many did we sell?
Okay, listings. Very proud of the team. Everyone is working so hard. And to all the people of Ipswich who trust our company and our staff, thank you very much to you, because we listed 68 properties in 30 days.
Wow.
Yeah, so...
Big month.
Huge month. Everyone's excited for the opportunities. We've got some amazing stock for all the buyers out there, whether you're an investor, a homeowner. We've got something for everyone.
Yeah. And it's especially, I guess, important that you did that many, considering we had a very short month with Easter. We've had Anzac Day.
All the public holidays. Oh, my God.
As a business owner, I'm done.
As a business owner, I'm off public holidays, and we've got one Monday.
Yes, correct.
Yeah.
And we've got an election on the weekend and God knows what else. But, that's kind of a crazy number because you've actually got less days. And you've listed 68, so the team must be really pumped after that.
They are. They're super excited. And like I said, huge thank you to the people of Ipswich who trust us with, obviously what is their largest asset, either their family home or an investment property.
Yep.
We are very fortunate and very blessed. And accordingly, we obviously work super hard to get our clients the best possible results.
Yes. And then obviously 61 properties sold, was it? Yes.
61. So we listed 68. We sold 61.
Yep.
Now, for the people at home, 61, obviously that's 2 properties a day.
Yes.
It's obviously over $1 million worth of real estate every single day that we sell here at NG Real Estate.
Yeah, that's crazy. But good. I'm glad to see the numbers are where they're meant to be.
Yeah, that's exactly where they're meant to be. Obviously, like I said, our staff work extremely hard to get our clients the best possible results, and they've been rewarded accordingly. So, again, thank you and congratulations to the staff. They are killing it.
Yeah. And was there any, records this month? I mean, something that's quite common in the media around house prices and all that sort of stuff is always the topic of conversation. Are we seeing anything in there? Is there still any markets that you're going, okay, wow, we're still seeing an increase, or some markets that maybe are softening? What are you kind of seeing?
In some ways, some markets, even some of our top-end acreage properties, some of those prices have probably softened a little bit. They're still way up there and much higher than they were even 2 years ago.
Yes.
But we're probably just not seeing the same level of growth that we saw. You'll remember, obviously, from our podcast from last year.
Yes.
We were our market was consistently growing at 3% a quarter.
Yes.
Okay, so, every house in Ipswich basically, grew in value by at least 12%. But we saw some markets that probably did 15, even up to 20%. So we saw some huge growth last year. I think that now that we've had a full quarter, I think it's safe to say that has slowed down a bit now, and that the growth phases seems to have slowed a bit, especially in the top end.
Yep.
So it's probably moved, as far as the market's prepared to push it at this stage.
Yes.
But the bottom end of the market, so anything that is, it sounds weird, but if you can get something in the 5s,
yes,
so like it goes like an absolute hotcake. Yep. 6 is, again, amazing, and it's even right up to 700,000. I guess the reason for that is that first homeowners can buy without stamp duty up to 700,000. Yep. So anything that comes sub 7, you'll have a lot of first homeowners competing against investors, downsizers, all that sort of stuff. So anything up to 7 is really strong.
Yeah. And is there any particular markets that we're seeing that are still very, like, there's hot property that's where it is? Like, you know, I know we talked a little while ago, some of the pockets were still that acreage property you were saying was the hot stuff, but are we starting to see that change?
Like I said, it's starting just to soften a little bit.
Yep.
Our core suburbs, Brassall, Flinders View, for low set bricks, they tend to be the bigger spots. If you're in a Colonial, obviously Wood End, Sadler's Crossing, all those areas still remain super strong, and any stock generally that comes to market moves very quickly. Our days on market is blown out a little bit, but generally speaking, for us to sell 61 in 30 days, a lot of our stock is still selling within that sort of 7 to 21 days.
Yep.
So if we're right about the price, and obviously a lot of our pricing is very aggressive, we're looking for top dollar for our clients.
Yes.
But a lot of our stock, probably anywhere up to 80% of our stock, is selling within that 7 to 21 days.
Yep.
So yeah, the market's still amazingly strong. If you're a
Yes.
seller, it's a great time. If you're a buyer, there's a little bit of light at the end of the tunnel where the prices aren't just rolling up the way they were.
Yeah. And do you think that might change once the election finishes, and then, we've got another RBA announcement not far away, and that could see some change there maybe? Do you think if that was to happen, would we see any change?
Well, look, it's really hard to say, because we've talked about it on previous episodes where it's weird. We got the first rate cut and we thought that would really stimulate the market.
Yes.
And it did not.
No.
Okay. If anything, we've seen some hesitancy from buyers, and they're not probably being as proactive as they were even 3 months ago.
Yes.
They're still buying, don't get me wrong, but they're not as aggressive in their approach as they were, say, 3 months ago.
Yes.
If we get more interest rate cuts, I definitely think it will assist the market.
Yes.
Whether it actually changes pricing, you'll have to stay tuned to this podcast
to find out.
to know what's going to happen.
Yes. Yes.
But I don't know. The short answer is I don't know what's going to happen.
Yes.
But you'll hear it here first.
Yes, of course.
Ipswich's Real Estate Podcast.
The number one. So, well, obviously we've talked about buying and selling. What's happening in the rental space? How did you go last month, and what are we seeing happening in that space?
Okay, last month, our super hardworking property management team, they rented 12 properties last month.
Yep.
We brought on 8 new managements into our business. So obviously we're continuing to grow as always. To the girls, our property management team, congratulations on all your efforts.
Yes.
Interestingly, for people out there at the moment, through our head office here at Brassall, we manage about 700 properties, and we have very limited supply.
Yes.
So there's not a lot for rent at the moment. Not through our company, because we rent everything we get, but yeah, we've traditionally seen greater volumes of stock being available. We have very little stock available right now. So again, prices they're under control. They're not growing stupidly. Obviously, there's all the new laws in relation to rents not being able to being put up.
Yes.
During certain periods of time. So that's, I think, helped slow it, but there is not much stock about.
Yeah, right.
Not much available stock.
Yes.
So yeah, but interesting. So that market again is a little bit dynamic, and it keeps changing as well. But again, if you want to know what's happening in the rental market, obviously you tune into Ipswich's Real Estate Podcast. And you'll get all
Yes,
the answers.
another plug. Yeah, well, that's very different, obviously, to the discussions we were having nearly 18 months ago, where people were queuing to get into rentals and all that sort of stuff. So I guess it's good to see that there's not that level of vacancy, and we're not seeing that there. But at the same rate, we are hearing about people looking for places, and
Look, it is hard, and it's obviously it's a little sad that there isn't more housing available.
Yes.
You mentioned the election. Obviously, there's been a lot of talk in the media about what the government, whichever government gets elected, is going to do to try and help affordability and those sorts of things, and create obviously more housing. And they're going to build, I don't know how many 100,000
homes or whatever.
So who knows? But obviously they haven't built any yet. They've been talking about it for 3 years, and we haven't built a single house yet. But anyway.
No, correct. Yeah.
So I don't know what's going to happen in that space. Something that, I think the governments, whether it be state or federal, are always trying to look at it. They understand fundamentally it is a major social problem.
Yes.
housing. So I think as we roll forward, we will see whichever party gets elected, you'll see initiatives in that housing sector.
Yes. Agreed. Agreed. Well, that's it from me. I don't have anything else.
That's pretty much it from me too.
Yes.
Obviously, exciting times, I think, as we move towards the end of the financial year.
I know, scary to say that we're saying that already.
It's just moving so quick this year.
Yes.
I think we'll still continue to see, obviously, this market evolve here in Ipswich
Yes.
and the surroundings areas. But overall, a very positive, a very enthusiastic, I guess, approach from us as an agency and
Yes.
Ipswich's number one agency. We only see good things for our property market. So I think overall we're in good shape.
Yes. Yes.
So, mate, on that note, thank you so much to
No
Matthew
worries.
Taylor Farrington from Purple Bunny Marketing joining
Thanks for
us
having
once
me.
again. Now, for the people at home, we really appreciate you tuning into the podcast. If you've got any questions, please click the link below. We'd love to hear from you. If you've got any questions, any comments on what we've discussed today, we would love to hear from you. Once again, I'm Steve Athanates. I'm the owner of NG Real Estate here in Ipswich. We look forward to seeing you at our next episode of Ipswich's Real Estate Podcast.